Okay, so welcome back. Now my connection is still running. I still have the test access point available. Let me just go ahead and minimize this as it is not important now. What we need to do now is go ahead and set up our DNS. So we want fake resolutions. There we go. So we need to type in vim etsy solve.conf. And where it says name server, you're not going to have this. So you're not going to have this. Just type in as the first name server, type in name, name server 127.0.0.1, which is your loopback IP address. Right quit, exit, and now I do believe that I have a saved command here. Okay, so you just stated here test.com, but you can type in tra-la-la-la-la. I don't know. I'm literally typing in very random domains. And if you, well, I don't know, tra-la. Okay, tra-la. I'm going to demonstrate this with a legit domain. I'm going to set up a web server for you and you'll see how this is actually done. But for the time being, this is what you need. So let me go ahead and explain this. So this is DNS Chef, which is a fantastic tool for DNS proxying. You have basically it creates a DNS server which is very easily configurable as opposed to, for example, configuring your own bind DNS server, which would be a nightmare to do. Well, not a nightmare to do, but far more complicated. This is a lot easier. So you just type in the fake IP. The fake IP is the IP address where your server is hosted. So let me just go ahead and open up another terminal and zoom it in a little bit, and I can type in service service Apache to start. This is a web server, so I have started my web server. If I type in ifconfig, my web server is hosted on this IP address, on the IP address of my interface, of my network interface, which actually has internet connection. So I have taken that IP address and I have placed it here. And then I have set the fake domains, and I don't know, some fake domain. This could be any domain out there. This could be any domain in your grandma. I'm typing in tralala.com because I don't know. It's just there. I don't know. I'm stupid with these things. But I will do a demo later on where we will have a little bit more of an in-depth look in this. But for the time being, it really doesn't matter. Any domain. So this domain has some IP address. And now this domain will not be resolved to that IP address, which is the real IP address of this domain. Rather, instead, this domain will be resolved to this IP address, which in turn will lead to our web server where it is being hosted. And on our own web server, we can post SSL certificates. We can clone sites and put them there. Well, not legally, but you technically can, but it doesn't mean that you should do this outside of your own network, and it doesn't mean that you should do this if you don't have the permission. But anyway, this domain will be resolved to this IP address, and this IP address is our web server where we can put whatever we want. So whoever is visiting, for example, any of the social media website or something like that, or payment gateways online or whatever, if we take that domain and if we put it under the fake domains here, when they type it in, that domain will be resolved back to us. So it will be resolved here, which is a huge problem because then when they type in their credentials, those credentials are going towards us. Now, this works really well for sites that don't have SSL encryption, which are not HTTPS. For sites which do have HTTPS, you need to do some additional configuration. First of all, your web server needs to accept traffic on port 443, and it needs to have an actual SSL certificate. So if I just press enter here, try connecting take your phone, connect it to this wireless access point that we've created, and type in this domain or whatever domain you have actually typed in here. It will actually take you to the let me just open up a new window here. I'm not connected on this network to this machine, to this virtual machine in that way, but dot 231. Okay, so it will. This is the Apache server which is running from the Kali machine. In any case, later on I will actually bring a wireless USB stick, so I will connect yet another virtual machine onto this free Wi-Fi, and I will show you what actually happens. But this is the basic idea. This is what you need here. This is how you redirect traffic. When somebody types in this domain, they will go to this IP address. Those are the basics of it. Anyway, I'm gonna bid you farewell here, and we're gonna move onward. So we're still in the process of setting these things up. Once we have actually set them up, we will go ahead and see the results of that which we have set up.